Hey, it's Cody. I have yet another video about the Wisdom of Pooh Tarot. Now this this one is actually a deck review. The last one was just an unboxing. For me personally, I don't do reviews before I've worked with the deck. Whenever I see channels calling a video an unboxing and a review, I automatically they lose credibility to me because I don't know how you can review a deck that you haven't used. But all right, so I am here with this review. Normally I will admit that I would like to use a deck a little bit longer than I have this one. But for this deck, this was actually sent to me for review, and I do have a coupon code, that I will stick the link and the coupon code in the description box for you. But you can get, $5 off a purchase of the Wisdom of the Pooh Tarot if you're interested in this deck after seeing what I have to say about it. So yeah, that'll be in the description box. Yeah, that is only good through May 2nd of 2024. So I do want you guys to have some time. So I have feverishly worked with this so that I feel like I have a pretty good handle on, kind of how this deck works. Okay. So, the unboxing was much more about, goodies. We went through the mini version of the deck, whereas this is the full-size one. This video is going to be focusing specifically on the deck and my work with it. So we are just looking at, the full-size version here. I've got a hard box. This is the first edition. Have a little quote on here. The things that make me different are the things that make me, from Piglet. I'm not reading all that. Oh, hold on, we got pictures here. Oh, it's our suits. That's cute. Okay. I don't know why I have not paid that much attention to the box, I'll be honest. Magnetic closure. I love, like, fantasy books with maps. I'm into maps, okay, to fictional lands. Okay, so I have put this deck back in order. By that I mean that I put all the majors back in order. I put the suits, in their numbered order. I don't have, like, a specific order that I put the suits in, though. I don't know if there's, like, supposed to be one or not, but okay. Alright, I put this stuff back in here just so you can all see here. This is the Certificate of Authenticity. Okay. I had one unpleasant moment. One unpleasant moment working with this deck in this way. So here we've got a blessing. Okay, by the power and wisdom of the ancestors, as it is willed, so shall it be. I feel like that makes sense to be in a tarot deck. Here's the part that threw me a little bit, is a prayer in Jesus' name, amen. For me, let me know in the comments how you feel about, finding a very specifically, Jesus-centered prayer inside a tarot deck that's not Christian. I'm not really into that experience. I mean, I think it's a pretty safe assumption that somebody getting a tarot deck would be fine with a general "so mote it be" or ancestors or something like that. To pick a specific deity that really doesn't like connect in a way with this. Like when I opened up Tarot of Persephone's Garden, I was not surprised to find an invocation to Persephone because the deck was about that. I feel like we've got people in this community that would be, people have religious trauma in this community, and I'm not really sure that there are some people that would want to see this. Yeah. So, both of those are gonna go on the bottom. Alright, we have a ribbon. This is the artwork for, the Hermit. Okay, I will tell you that I have loved working with this deck. I mean, here's the thing. One might think that a Winnie the Pooh or a Wisdom of Pooh Tarot is going to be, like, maybe fluffy or kind. Like, this thing is vicious. This has told me some awful, awful things. Okay, so the first thing is, this deck, currently does not have a guidebook out yet. There is a guidebook, up for pre-order, on the website, which will be down in the description box. I looked at that. It looks like it's due to start shipping, I think, in July of this year. There's like a PDF of an ebook that is $20 US, a Kindle version that's $25 US, a paperback version that is $65 US, and a hardcover version that is $80 US. There were also some bundles. It's like the guidebook and the deck and things like that. So if you're interested in actually a guidebook to go with this, it is in pre-order as of the time that I'm making this video. But what it does have right now is just like keyword cards. I glanced through this. I didn't see anything that immediately stuck out as like that I don't agree with. So I do feel that this is pretty accurate. This is a good beginning thing if this is, you know, one's first or one of the first decks for somebody. So this is Rider-Waite-Smith based, which makes it an easy reader. Oh, here are the backs, by the way. Gilding. Okay. Now, we have the Fool here. These are watercolor paintings, and they're beautiful. Okay, so we have, I think it's 4 extra majors. This one is El Fulio. Now, he's also 0, but if we look at the keywords card, it's like the Fool has been broken into positive and negative attributes with these cards. Sometimes I think the Fool can be a hard energy to work with because it's difficult to know, depending on like your spread and things, if your drawing of the Fool is because you know you need to take that first leap of faith, or if it's like, hey, you're about to walk off a cliff. So I like this. I like that. Here we have the Magician, the High Priestess, who is Owl, the Empress. I'm gonna move this in a little bit. I feel like we're far away and not seeing this as well as we could. It's the Emperor, the Hierophant. Also, I like tried to read this when I first opened this deck and I could not handle it. Please ring doorbell if an answer is required. Please knock if an answer is not required. I am having a meltdown. I don't know what these are supposed to say. Someone help. Okay, so instead of the lovers, we have precious friends. Yes, we do have a snake here. We've got the Chariot. Strength. So what is going on right here? Is that like the elephant's shadow being cast from the sun? Rise or set or whatever that is. The Hermit. I always love hermits. The Wheel of Fortune. Now, if you have noticed the lack of Tigger being in this deck, that is because Tigger was added, I guess, later to the... I don't know if it was in the books. Because, I mean, this isn't Disney Winnie the Pooh, right? This is the A.A. Milne kind of, like, the books, you know, that the guy wrote about his kids' stuffed animals. So, you know, Pooh doesn't have the red shirt that Disney put on him or stuff like that. So this is not a Disney copyright that expired and these were able to be used. This was from like the actual original books. Tigger was not actually original. As far as when it first started, Tigger was not part of it. So his copyright actually was up at the beginning of 2024. So there is currently a second edition of this deck in the works. And it's going to be called Wisdom of Pooh and Tigger 2. So, I think, you know what, let me check this and see if I wrote down when it was saying. Right now, I think it's projected that the Kickstarter might start in early summer. So, if that is true, if that little hopeful timeline that I saw on the website is on, then it probably should be within the next couple of months. But yeah, go check out the Rue and Vervain Instagram page. I know there's been some posts about Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too. So if you are a Tigger fan and you want Tigger in your... Oh, hold on. If you want Tigger in your Wisdom of Pooh deck, then you can wait for that one. I mean, obviously you can have them both, but like... That is the reason Tigger's not in here. Okay, we are to the extra majors here. Okay, we have Pure Joy. I love your Bravery. Togetherness. Is there another one? Oh, okay. Yeah. So we have Togetherness, Bravery, and Pure Joy. So, more often than not, if I open a tarot deck and I see extra majors, I usually remove them. I really do. I think the only one I've kept in, aside from this one, is the Fountain card from the Fountain Tarot. Yeah, although, I mean, I guess I could pull it because it kind of almost is redundant with the Fool. I don't know, that's a whole other thing. But for this one, okay, the way that I'm using this deck is for inner child work. This is something that I have avoided for my entire life, and I started thinking about it, and then I ended up being sent this deck for review. I'm like, oh my god, this shit is lining up. I have to do it now. And while I think that it's definitely possible for, you know, some of these themes to kind of be echoed in some of the other major arcanas, for the way that I personally have been using this deck, I've actually kept these in, which that's unlike me. Usually I'm like, ew, what are these? Okay, here we have, this is our Ace of Cups, but in this deck they are honeypots. That is thematic. That is cute. Okay, so this is very Rider-Waite-Smith based, if you know what you're looking for, right? Here we have our... That's not a Caduceus. It's called something else, and I forgot what it is, but you know. It's in the Two of Cups, in our WS deck. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. 5 of Cups. 6. This is a photo album. 7. Is this Christopher Robin's head? 8. We've got our moon from RWS here. There's the 9. The 10. Always appreciate when the 10 of Cups is something other than like a happy family with kids. Alright, we are at the court cards. Page of Honeypots. Knight of Honeypots. That's fucking cute. Look at his little helmet. Oh my god. Queen of Honeypots. And King. Here's the sword. Now, this is not actually like a sword that could, you know, get you. It's a wooden practice sword, right? Yeah. I always appreciate a 3 of Cups that isn't just a heart stabbed. I think this is one of my favorite cards. I love Eeyore getting his tail nailed back onto his ass. 5, 6, 7. Rabbit, you little bastard. 8, 9, 10. Got our page, our knight, our queen, and our king. Ace of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles, I believe, are called chocolate coins, maybe. Shit. When I get... Fuck, I forgot. When I get to the court cards, then we shall see. 6. 7. Oh my god. Ignore. Pretend like you didn't see cat hair in there. 8. 9. I'm into this nail rug. 10. This is finally like a 10 of coins I can get behind. Hell yeah. Yeah, chocolate pentacles. Okay. This is cute without being, like, overbearingly so. Does that make sense? Like, some decks are just so sweet in a certain way that I am not into them. I will admit, I was a little bit worried. I was like, man, the Wisdom of Pooh, I'm not sure how into that I'm going to be. Like, if I feel like a deck... Okay, this deck is not childish in itself, right? We are within the realm of childhood, but I doesn't feel patronizing. It doesn't feel like messages are not as complex. I'm not being talked down to in this, or does that make sense? I think for me, now approaching inner child work, which is absolutely horrendous, but probably necessary. I think this was the perfect deck. Also, instead of being lazy on this 8 of Wands, we've at least got Piglet here. Too many decks are just like, here's 8 fucking Wands. Or 9 of Wands. Or 10 of Wands. Every suffering card is Eeyore. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. Pooh out the window. And our King of Wands. Was Owl the king of all of them? I didn't pay attention. So, this deck... Whoops, sorry. This deck has told me some absolutely terrible things that I needed to hear, though. I mean, this thing, I posted on Instagram and said something about getting eviscerated by this deck, and to be honest, that is what this thing feels like. It is, it will cut you open with a wooden practice sword, like, it does not care. So, cardstock. Let me see if I can get the camera on maybe one of these darker cards. Can you see the little hatch texture of, like, a nice matte... fuck. What's it called when it's got that texture? I couldn't remember this last time either. Anyway, I really like the cardstock. It's not slippery. It's not sticky. I have small, weak baby hands. This riffle shuffles nicely. It doesn't stay bowed. Like, I have riffle shuffled this every day since I've gotten it. Yeah. It's just, I am very impressed with this deck. I'm being stalked by the King of Cups, and it needs to fucking stop. No, I forgot what I was saying. I got derailed by Christopher Robin. Oh, the cardstock thing. A lot of times, indie decks are something that I struggle with because I just don't have the ability to riffle shuffle decks with really thick-ass cardstock. Like this, it's not necessarily thin, but it's definitely flexible. Here it is, ready to eviscerate me. Go away. So, yeah, overall, I'm impressed with this deck. I really like it. There is this full-size version. There is a mini version. It's in a tin. If you want to see the other stuff that I got with this deck, I did not grab it for this video, but you can hop back a couple videos on my channel and see my unboxing. I got like a drawstring bag, a reading cloth, there was a journal, there was stickers, a stuffed Pooh Bear that's like, wherever the fool went, it's exactly that. He's got his little flower and his knapsack. I don't know where that went, but... So, yeah, yeah, impressed. I am impressed. I do really like this deck. If you saw this and you also like this deck, again, you can get $5 off it, using my coupon code that's in the description box, through May 2nd of 2024. Thanks for watching. Bye.